bringing their absolute best for us today. We've got very strong lineups from the both of them. From the side of Heroes of Tier F, we have Donley, Happer, Loucaluz, Milo. I'm mispronouncing all these names. I know Musty. I know. I can pronounce Musty and I can pronounce Zaku. And AfterDark might be a little easier. We have Astro, Azusa, Hado, 792, Tyler, and Zal, all very familiar players.
Yeah, and we're gonna have two POVs from HTF today. Loucaluz and Milo are both going to be giving us their POVs, and we have Seba from AfterDark. So we're gonna have a lot of range to look at.
Yeah,
We're
a
gonna
lot
have
of Mario Kart to watch.
a lot of Mario Kart to watch, exactly. And
Yeah, and that is a good thing, I would say.
I do believe that they are getting in the room right now, so we're
It
just gonna have
appears
to
as
sit
such.
tight for a little bit. So,
Not
Awoken, question for you: do you have any idea, going into this? Do you have any idea of the play styles of these two teams?
I have played against Heroes of Tier F in MKU previously, when both my team United Bros and they were also D7. I have played against them previously. I do believe we lost that match, but from what I remember, it was a pretty typical French team war.
Why don't you educate us for the viewer what a typical French war is?
Oh, oh, I'd love to. So what the one big thing I would say is their track picks. The French community has a much different track meta from the rest of the world. They will pick things that you really don't see any other team picking, and they like to use that to their advantage. They like to use a bit more of a bit more lag than you might see from your typical player as
They
an
like to
advantage.
use their
This is
lag a
nothing.
little bit.
Yeah, this is nothing against the French players or teams themselves. This is just kind of their identity, their play style within the community.
Yeah, and I can speak a lot for After Dark. They're going to be a very run heavy team. You're not going to see, I think, a lot of shocks in this unless Heroes Tier F pull a lot of them. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
AD likes to give it their all in the front and not look back, which
Yeah,
I can respect because
that's another.
that's where all the magic happens.
It's good that you mentioned that because that's kind of another part of the French identity. They love bagging. They love going back and getting that shock because they know how powerful it is and how much it can influence the race.
Yep,
And
exactly.
it's always interesting to see a very run heavy team and a team that's more willing to bag go at it against each other to see which play style will end up prevailing. And usually it comes down to how many shocks the bagging team does end up pulling. But if After Dark decides, hey, we need to get back there, we need to start getting a few shots ourselves, then maybe we won't see that. But from what we do know about these two teams, sure to be a good war.
All right, and the war's already starting. They're getting it all in already. So
Yeah.
I wonder if
For
they're
these
gonna
two
go
teams,
straight for no typical French track just yet. But
no typical French track. Wario Stadium is kind of one.
yeah, I
Either
was
way,
thinking maybe they go to Paris though.
getting the roll open at 04 is impressive for these two teams, but
What are you trying to say here, Woken?
uh last few MKU matches I've played, I haven't had the most fun time waiting for the room
Waiting
to
for
gather.
everyone.
Yeah.
All right, and we're getting started. So
GBA
looks
Mario
like
Circuit.
HTF has top 5 already, just based off
Mhm.
the hosting. They're top 5-8 right now. So
Yeah.
it's good that AD got their bagging pick because otherwise they'd be struggling in the front.
Yeah. This isn't even what I would really consider to be a full bagger either. Obviously, it is baggable, as we're going to see many players in this room head over to that box on the right off the bat. Not Seva, though, opts to continue running, but you do see a cluster of players all back there at that first box. This is what we like to call a hybrid track, where it's very runnable or very baggable, depending on what does happen in the back. And unfortunately,
Okay.
Seva getting trailed out, but very possible to be successful on this track with either play style.
Yeah, and it looks like HTF are using 3 runners from what I can tell. Uh 3 bag, 3 run, which is an even split for a hybrid track like this. And I think
Even then, I feel like that's a bit much on the bagging side because
okay.
all you really need is one person back there to pull shock. I would not be surprised if there's an AD member or two back there. I can't quite tell. Feed is kind of grainy from how much of the OBS I can see, but
Yeah. I think what I prefer personally on this track is just to have 2 run and 4 bag. So you can just have the 4 that are bagging to cycle through each other and like all be bottom 4 at some points. And then
mm,
if someone pulls like double dodge, for example, you can see them running up with it to potentially dodge the shock from either team. And we see a lot of action going on.
yeah,
Seba and it looks like Milo are both
yeah.
in the back.
Unfortunately, Milo kind of getting stuck in the back and not with the items that they might have wanted for the end of this race. Seba will be getting seventh though, or
Oh,
might
oh,
not be
maybe
getting
not.
seventh if he gets blue before the
Okay,
line. Okay, passes the
barely.
line before the blue as Milo enters in ninth. As for the front, we do see a lot of AD. We see a 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 11. So a good start for them. And their running seems to have paid off as there was no shocker blue until the very, very end of the race. The two vital keys of bagging that you need to pull if you want any chance of winning with that playstyle.
So 80 off to a hot start. They're choosing to pick DK and Jungle, which is a pretty hard runner, and the French side of Heroes of TF opting to go Trainbow, which is one of the most heavy bottom spot tracks in the game because when you're in the back, you have up to 5 coins, and it progressively gets lower and lower as the further you go into the front, meaning that since there's such long straightaways at the beginning, you can just use those coins to draft and catch up. Meanwhile, the top spots, they have to contend with all those people drafting up, and they have less coins, and it's just a crazy fest of a track to play. If this was 3
Mm,
laps, I think this would probably be a much different track, but since it is just one, they have to deal with all the drafts in the beginning. So this is a huge track pick for HTF. A lot of the action is going to happen right now. We see HTF drafting a lot up here. They all have shrooms. They're all going for
yep.
coins.
Milo unfortunately getting bumped out, but will have the amount of coins to make that back on section 2 so long as avoids the chain chomp and gets another draft. As everyone in front of him dies, unfortunately that does mean a couple of HTF members,
Top
but
2 for
HTF sitting in top
HTF.
2 for the moment.
Shroom in second. This is huge for them. Decides to chain it instead. Okay.
I
Oh,
think I
get
agree
double
with that
protection for
decision.
the...
If it is a D in third, and yeah, going to immediately go and trill. Double red, such a good pull there.
Oh, he has to
Surprised he
back
was
it for
even
his
able to
teammate.
get that with how close he was to first there.
Seba does get redded out on the in third, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. It does appear like we have an HTF top 4 here, a Seba in fifth.
Blue
With
Shell
two
is out,
HTF.
but they do have a Shroom in first, so it doesn't look like this will be a problem for them.
Mm-hmm. Seba pulls a shroom of his own. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do
Oh,
much. The
bomb?
bottom will
That
get
oh, that
one of
gets
them.
one. Okay,
Still
not
appears to
bad.
be either a top 3 or 4 for HTF. Can't quite tell who that is in fourth there.
I think that is
And
an AD member,
yeah,
but top 3 nonetheless is still great for them.
looking like a top 3, 6, 7, if I could see behind Seba there correctly. And I can't tell. I can't read. I think it was top 3, 8. I should probably open the chat so I can get confirmation on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I mean HDF hit right back with a huge race, and that just completely neutralized the first race on RMC, and now AD has to go a kind of hybrid drafter in TM, where they are going to have to rely on getting shrooms on the first set in order to catch back up. And HTF again picking RWS to try and keep those top spots.
Yeah, very confident in this decision.
We do see the TM, so teams are trading track picks. Anyone's game at this point.
All right, so we know now that after the first two races, we have a score of AfterDark 85, Heroes of Tier F 79. So 80 will lead by 6 going into the third race, and on their track back Twisted Mansion, looking to expand that by a little bit after not the most fortunate of N64 Rainbow Roads. Seba's got a nice little run going with his mate Tyler, and a nice early top two. Probably gonna show him up either here or at the cut at the end to solidify this even more. Can't quite tell. It looks like HTF in third, so a top 2-4.
Oh, fire up! Gonna hit out Seba,
Yep.
but he's gonna hit right back with the red of his own.
Gonna run right back. Not unfortunately unable to use that shroom for the cut, and there is another HTF member that they're gonna have to deal with. He will shroom up into first, and that will be Milo, who
Looks
now
like
has
2-3-5
some
potentially
solid
for
defense as
AfterDark.
well. As someone gets hit out there, looked like an AfterDark member, and that will be a top 3 for HTF. Musty gets hit out there, and the Fire not quite able to catch up to Milo, as he is now sitting defenseless in first, so Hato will have an opportunity to land one more reds if he does pull one.
And Seba does pull 3 shrooms. Might be able to land this boomerang after the cut, potentially.
Yep.
2-4 for AfterDark. This is anyone's game on
yeah,
this
Milo,
race. Blue is
Milo
out.
defenseless as the blue comes out.
Might try and hit Seba in this. Not quite.
Not quite able to, and we will have an AfterDark top 2-5 for the time being. Not quite sure what happened to Musty there. Must have gotten killed off by something. As Seba and Tyler, once again, comfortably in top 2. That red will skip them both. And even if Tyler, even if Tyler dies here, then that boomerang could definitely do some work. Unfortunately, the stream buffer, but I really don't think anything's going to stop this first place.
Top 3, top 4 maybe for AfterDark?
HTF to get second, but a 1-3 for sure at least. And a 1-3-4, 8, 9, 12. On.
I mean, this is looking pretty
I'm
even
on score
so
duty for the day.
These two titans of a team are both battling it out, and it looks like it's going to be really down to what can we see from them at the very beginning of the track, because AfterDark got that early lead with the top 2, and then HGF tried to come back with the fire, but they ended up getting hit out there, and then it had to be Milo, I believe, who was all alone in first, and he couldn't contend with the pure front presence from AfterDark, and No Shock gets them
that came,
losing race.
That came from the blue, though. I feel like had that blue not come, then Milo would have had more of an opportunity to hold on and maybe help a couple more HGF members get up there, but
yeah,
either way, is that the past 80 has doubled their lead up to 12 with the last race of GP1 right now on Mount Wario. And this has already started to become kind of a deadlock war. These two teams are going to be kind of fighting it out within like the small ranges of like plus 10, plus 20 for either team for the whole war. And it's going to come down to, I feel like, whoever can make the big move first. Whichever one of these teams can get the first big race, I feel like is going to set the standard for the whole war.
And never seen that kind of snipe before. That's pretty crazy.
Was that not his own Nana?
I think he was trailing. Well, he might have thrown it forward. Okay.
I'm pretty sure he threw it forward and then it landed right on top of him.
Damn. Well, he did. If that's the case, then he niched himself, I guess. Looks like
either way, sitting pretty comfortable with triple shrooms in 6. 2 coins, not the most ideal, but definitely could not ask for much better of an item there. Unfortunately, it gets ghosted. Has a chance at another set of those, though. Probably not going to get him because the distance from first, but Fire will still be pretty helpful with 280 members in front.
Now here's where the big shakeup of the race happens. Right here in this section, the tree section, is where people will fail, people will succeed, people will die, and it looks like Seba takes the plant all the way through to the tree section, top 2 now for AD. Sherman first. Oh, but there is a shock. And it
That
looks
has
like
to be an
HDF.
HDF shock. Getting
Yes.
80 after the set, then running him out, and yeah, looking
My
like
goodness. HTF, that was a huge shock for them. This could be a big race for them. And like you said, this could turn the tide of the war significantly in their favor.
yeah.
It looks like we got a big back as well, and not looking too good for them. And oh, another shock! Wow, it looks like someone dodged with the shock,
Yeah.
and they were able to use it to TS, or potentially just dodge up and get their front before the glider. And now, it's looking like it's game over for AfterDark.
Yeah.
Planting
Not quite
to
sure
the
whose
left.
that was. We did see Milo here dodge.
Oh, it looks like AD still got
Unfortunately, is
first.
going to lose multiple spots at the end there, go from 2nd to 7th. And
Did AD still get a good race? 136. It looks like. I legit can't tell.
let's see. It was 1, 3, 6, bottom 3. So that will be a slight win for HTF. And that will completely offset the TM race. We are back down to a +6 for AfterDark after HTF gets a 6-point win of their own right there. So, like I said, yet another small win, and if we keep continuing like this at this rate, then it could be a while before we do see that momentum break. These two teams still at a stalemate with one another through one GP with a 6-point deficit. No real big races yet to happen. I still think this is going to come down to whichever team makes the big move first, and we're going to see if that big move will be made on DK Jungle.
Okay. Looks like DK Jungle for the 5th race. I mean, as long as it basically comes down to after this first super bounce, where we're gonna see exactly what the top spots are looking like. AD looks like they're at least 1-3, maybe even top 3, but the shroom for Seba is gonna even solidify more of those top spots. Top 3 potentially for AfterDark.
All three of them
Looks like
sitting pretty
Astro's
comfortable. Not quite sure of Astro's coin count, but 7 with
Astro's
7 is going to be kind of hard to take out.
already chaining for Horn. And it looks like a top 4 for AfterDark. But there was a huge bomb from HTF.
Milo nearly getting bumped down, but able to survive just barely.
Wow, and they're breaking apart these tops really fast. The blue comes out. That'll be able to help them even more. And Seba just had to fall off the track to, or it looks like he got blued off the track. And now everything's completely different.
Yeah, a 2-3 from the looks of things, a 2-3 for HTF at the moment. Zal's going to have to hold him well off. Has the trail there, and is not able to avoid the snipe.
Okay,
Great move by Milo to now have completely dismantled what was once likely an 80 top 5, and 80 still with 2-3, but if Milo's able to hold first here, then this is so big.
2-3 for AfterDark. Oh, almost getting the snipe, but the blooper is going to make it really tough for AfterDark to catch up here. Going to give a really big break to Milo here. And 2-3-4 for AfterDark, but they're going to have to... Oh, he gets to plant, maybe slow down here to try and hit out the HTF members behind him.
Yeah, kind of an unfortunate pull. Something did happen to Milo there. I wasn't quite sure what that was. And 80 has made their way back into top 2. Looks like something like 3-4, 3-4-5, 4-5, something like that.
Oh my!
A shock.
Huge shock.
And anonymous shock. Couldn't quite tell whose that was. It did TS an 80 member. Could have TS the 2 80 members at the top. But
it looks like an HTF shock. They're all up here now. If they get a bomb or fire here or boomerang, they are set here.
Yeah.
Fire up. Oh, but AD pulls a bomb. They're able to hit him out. Yeah. Seba goes wide to avoid all the shenanigans, and I think that's a top 2 for AfterDark.
We're gonna see. I don't think either of them lost their spots from that shock, and they did not. That will be a top 2, 4, 7, 8, 11 for AfterDark. That's the race that they were looking for, and we're seeing something big for once. That'll be
And
a plus 16, and for the first time this war, we have a 20-point lead. It
yeah,
being in the
now
favor of After Dark by 22.
if you're AfterDark, you just gotta ride this momentum as long as humanly possible. If this is how your races are going every race so far, you gotta just make sure that you're in the same mindset, got that same communications going, and even though you might not get your track picks, you not get the luck that you want at the very beginning, you still gotta hold strong. And yeah, I mean, Sky Garden is a very very interesting pick. I want to see what you think about it.
Yeah. The two teams kind of going after each other in the chat at the moment. Always funny to see.
That's always the best.
Yeah,
I think
both of
we
them hitting each other with the me, 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 me.
did get Sky Garden,
Oh
so
god. Not Sky Garden.
we'll just keep going back and forth with these track picks.
Yeah. Sky Garden, notoriously a slot machine online. Anything could happen on this track. And
We see
maybe
Seba.
maybe one of these teams looking to take advantage of that.
Oh, multiple HDF getting hit out there, but there's still
Yeah.
1-3, and now
Still balanced
top
out in the
2 with
top
that red.
for the time being. Not anymore, though. It will be at
Top
HTF
4.
top 4 to start things off. Using a bit of that front luck to their advantage. Milo's going to shoot him up here and will not pass any of his teammates until now. So that will leave Zaku to do the trailing work.
Oh,
That inward player, I do believe, is AD, correct?
yeah, that was Hato. Just got hit out there.
So yeah, still a comfortable top 4 for HTF.
If you're AfterDark right now, you absolutely need it.
Yeah.
Even with Seba breaking some of these tops, you're still going to need shock if you want to do anything with this.
Yeah, that fire from Milo, unfortunately, not able to do anything because there was always someone in between the fire and Seba.
Oh, and the back is huge for HTF now. If there's no shock, they are almost guaranteed to win this race. Now, Azusa with these triple greens.
Yep.
Oh, his teammate does fire him, though. That could be huge for AfterDark.
Yeah,
they're all going to start catching up now. 2-4, 2-3 potentially for AfterDark with the blue out.
Yep. That may give AfterDark first, but not if Musty has anything to say about it. With triple greens in first.
Looks like there's not going to be a shock this race, so they're going to have to really pull something out of the hat here if they want to do anything.
Also,
and
looks
Milo
like
getting the 3rd place. He's trailing the red, not letting anyone pass. The shock does come. Looks like
it'll be an HTF top 2.
Top 2.
Whoever that blue went for was able to dodge it. Looked like it was Hopper, and
I do believe
will be a very very good race for HTF here.
Was
top
HTF
2, 4, 6. So
because they got them all after glider and they got their mids, got AfterDark's mids onto the TS. So that gave them a lot of spots there and gave them a big race as well.
And once again, every time a team does anything in this war, it is immediately entered back. Every time 80 gets a big race, HTF enters back. Every time it looks like we're going to start seeing a lead form, the other team is able to immediately respond. And with a plus 18 for HTF here on Sky Garden, it is now a 4-point war halfway through.
I mean, you can't get any tighter than this. These teams are going literally back and forth, neck and neck with each other.
The two best teams of the div. For the rest of the people in D5, this could be a preview of your division's finals right here. Very, very, very well so. And if it is, then that will be a very, very fun finals to watch.
And I think now if you're HTF, the track picks are just going back and forth, so I think you have to do maybe something a little bit different than you have been so far if you want to try and break that lead that the AfterDark have. Even though it's such a small lead, they're keeping it so far. So they really need to do something here, especially on this track where it was AfterDark's track pick, and now we see Seba getting his coins up. Not too sure about this play in regards to the front presence, but it looks like AfterDark are doing work up there. Potentially 2-4, 2-4-5 potentially from AfterDark.
Seba able to make some moves here. If he can get a couple trails off, just go barely over Musty. Musty's gonna keep first for the time being. I don't think he has 10 coins though. If
Yeah,
Seba's able to
this.
get a draft here,
Oh,
the
that's a
horn
huge
from
horn!
Musty.
Now you might be thinking, why use your horn first? Well, those triple nanos were way too close for comfort,
Yeah, no,
and
that was
now he has a huge lead over Seba, and this could be absolutely big for HGF. That's exactly what they needed.
yeah.
Oh, and it looks like they failed in first. Seba now has a shroom. What?
Yep.
I think
The
he
two-
fell off the eel
2-3
very
from
early.
2-3 from HGF is very dangerous. There could very easily be. Oh, they could have dropped for the blue. That's probably what that was.
But
Dropped for the blue, but
they could have just
Seba
held
did
it
have a
for him.
shroom. They could have, but they must not have seen the shroom at that point in time yet. For now,
AD have the
though,
top
Seba looking
two.
very comfortable in first. And as far as the HTF members behind him, he has distanced himself very well.
And Milo in third. Doesn't have anything to hit out AD
Yeah.
right now. So if they take
Top
both
two for
doubles
the
here,
moment.
not quite. 3-4
No.
for HTF. Oh, triple grades. Triple
Milo's
shrooms
gonna
is a
Milo's
huge
gonna have
pull.
to be careful with his teammate directly behind him. We'll throw up the greens. Will not hit one.
It looks like he gets one
Zal
of his
able to
teammates.
survive, and could not quite tell what happened behind him.
Oh, the
but
shroom horn is big though. Now he's
the
gonna
horn is
at least
big,
get
but
second.
Milo will also kind of die here. It will be from the looks of things. It's 2-3 for
2-3.
HTF. I do believe that HTF member was in third, and they were. That'll be a 1-4-5. The bottom two from 80 though kind of balances things out.
Yeah, I think HGF got exactly what they needed with that horn at the beginning of lap 2, and they got the first out of it. Even though they ended up dropping for blue, which was a very strange play given the circumstances, it did work out in the end for them. So,
and once again, we are still at a stalemate, despite how dominant the two teams seemed at various points of the race. We end in a tie, and we are still at a 4-point war in the favor of AfterDark.
Sherbertland, that's our first, I think, French
that's
track
our
of the
first.
war.
Yeah, I think that's our first French pick of the war. Like we said, the French community does have their own subset of tracks that they all love. Sherbertland, very much one of them.
And AD picking a very wide selection of tracks. We do get Sherbertland though.
Mm-hmm.
Now the big
And
thing
as
on this track.
yeah.
Go ahead.
A war like this, as a spectator, this is exactly what you want to see. This close to the entire way. We're about to enter GP3 after this race, and if this race is just as close as all the other ones have been, then GP3 is shaping up to be something special here in D5.
And we do see Sebo burning out straight away. Oh, but 2 HDF get hit off and then sent to the bottom.
Oh.
Wow, that could be a
a
ending thing for them.
Yeah, to do that to HTF on their own track, to do that in front of their country's pride.
Now we see Milo
opting to bag for coins, which I agree with, I think. After what happened there on lap 1, I feel like you really don't have a choice to bag, and Milo's going to need to pull shock here, I think.
A couple of AfterDark are getting hit out, but it looks like Tyler does do some work with HTF in the middle. Now, AfterDark with all the mid spot. Oh, Tyler getting the trail off on his teammate. Quite unfortunate. And now they're going to have to contend with all the... I think Seba also team killed once again. He couldn't see his teammate, but didn't look like it got any of the greens.
Still don't really have an idea of what the front looks like. I do believe the gold Mario is HTF. Correct? Or is that AD? Yeah. So we know at least that HTF is in second. Whoever's in first has a pretty solid break at the moment, but one red or one blue could definitely do away with that. We will see a Bill pulled in ninth, which could mean a lot of different things.
Yeah, he's a little bit too far behind for this to make a difference right now, but if there's a shock in play, there's 100% chance that Seba will get a top spot. However, it doesn't look like it's in play because I would think...
We'll be holding it for the time being. I mean, could be waiting for the rest of the team to pull dodges.
Oh!
We will see a few people in the back popping dodges. The Bill actually able to do quite a bit of work, able to make his way into the pack, and now with these triple shrooms here. Come on, you're not even going to do the new strat?
The new strat isn't faster, bro.
It doesn't matter, though. Able to
2-3-4.
avoid the card is going to get past everything that happens there and will make his way into the third. Very solid ending for Seba there, as
Wow, that's a
his
big
team
comeback for
with a
AD
big race,
there
a
on that
2-3-4.
race.
I want to say 2-3-4-6-7 last. Yes.
Yes. That's a huge race for After Dark.
Yeah, I think that'll kind of even things out once again.
I think that's a +8 or 10 for them.
Will that last though?
I mean, if they get their pick on Goldmine here, that's one of their best tracks, I
Yeah.
think.
It will be a +8 for After Dark. So yes, you were right, and the lead has gone back up to 12. And from the looks of things, yes, it has been close the entire time, but 80 has yet to lose the lead since race 2.
And if you're HCF, you've got to be thinking, okay, we just need one big race. But I don't know if you can just say that and get away with it. I think you have to try something different. Looks like Super Bell was picked, so maybe that was something that they were trying. Goldmine does get chosen, and
Yeah.
now they really have to contend with a huge track pick from AD. This is one of their best tracks, and they're in great spots for it as well. So if they neutralize After Dark here, that's a win for them, in my opinion.
Yeah. We will see
Was
what
he
it presumes to be
top two
lag there,
already?
immediately diving off.
I think he did actually fall off, but HCF does draft up
Yeah.
here.
Whoever
And
that
this
Roy
green
is
could be big.
already in the back.
Does get the
That
gold Mario, and the other Milo gets bumped out, and now we see a lot of tops for After Dark here.
the
Could
early
potentially
pack
be
the early pack on this track is absolutely brutal. It is
yeah.
so easy to get bumped and have your race immediately ruined, whether it's bumped off the track, bumped into a bat, just bumped off your
Oh,
line and
that's huge.
stuck in like a low mid spot where you never want to be.
Top 3 break for After Dark now.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna have to. Oh, and the boomerang coming out as well just gives them even a bigger break than it was before. And
Yeah.
now the job of HTF is we need shock right now, and it looks like AD is counterbagging, so they will know when it's coming if it is pulled.
Yeah. Hato continuing to do work with that boomerang, and Milo looks like unable to get the red on the After Dark member. Unfortunately,
Something
Hato
doesn't hit
team
him.
killing there. But we still will have what I believe to be an After Dark top 3-6-7, if I saw behind me correctly.
The triple greens is surely not going to help him out here. They're all on low coins right now after getting hit in the mid pack so many times, and I mean it's just brutal over and over again. They just keep getting hit, and top 3 are
Yeah.
completely gone.
Yeah. We see a
And
couple of HCF members holding dodges. I do believe Zaku and Musty both have stars.
okay, interesting. He fell off on accident, and then I guess they used the shock to try and neutralize.
That could have been an After Dark shock, calling him to fall off. I do believe the two HCF members that were holding dodges did not dodge. I have no idea whose shock that was.
Yeah, and now it's anyone's game because the pack's tightened so much. So
this is a huge ghost. This ghost is such a good pull for Seba here, and if he's able to steal a good item, unfortunately, Nana not quite that, but
HCF are all back here.
The chaos of the pack for the rest of the race.
The blue hits
Multiple
too.
HCF members.
Oh, the bomb!
The bomb will bring Seba down to last place. Did not quite get a good view of the top at all, but it will be a top 2, 6-9, bottom 2.
Yeah, I believe.
Which I believe is tied, right? That or +2.
Probably is. It's either
It's
that
either
or
tied
+2.
or +2.
Either way, HGF did exactly what I said they would. They neutralized this race, and if that was an After Dark shock, that was a huge misplay on their end because top 3 were completely gone. They got right after the boost panel, and the only reason why I say it could be an After Dark shock is because Sebas fell off right as it happened. So
yeah,
if that was their shock, it was kind of devastating for them.
I mean, no matter what it was another tied race. We cannot get away from them. This war, it seems like. Entering race 10 right now. Yeah, entering race 10, there are 3 to play, and HTF hasn't had the lead since race 1, but they've never been far from it. They are down 12 at the moment.
Yeah, and now that they got After Dark's best track out of the way, they don't have to worry about it for the rest of the war.
Yeah.
Meaning that even though they did get their track pick, which is really nice for them as well. Even if they did get SA there, it wouldn't have been nearly as bad because that's a pretty simple track to work on, and now it's all about who can pull the shrooms in the first 2 sets.
Yes.
And if they do, they really need to get that front presence early because front presence on the Shroom Ridge is absolutely huge. And I think there's a reason why HGF picked this. They all know what boxes to go for. They all know that okay, these boxes will give you shrooms here if you're in the bottom 4. And now Seba using that strategy to his advantage and getting all the way up to 9 coins and getting those 2 shrooms. And now we see a lot of HDF up here. Triple greens from the Gold Mario, who is in fact HDF. And it looks like a couple of HDF did die, so 2, 3, 4 at least for AfterDark. It looks like Milo potentially is in first.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now they're top 3. I don't know where HDF went, but suddenly, oh, that boomerang was potentially really, really big. Oh my god, he got... Oh wait, he didn't get anyone. Well, misses both. Milo, he's all alone up here. Top 2 break for AfterDark. Now he has to pray for really good items here if he wants to catch up.
Yeah.
Star and 5 for HTF though. It's gonna help him
Yeah.
catch up there.
Triple Shroom's a very solid pull. Probably gonna save this last one here for that gust of wind coming up right here. And gonna see if he can maybe do some damage with these triple greens as he gets closer up to the top 2. Still not quite close enough, but could easily potentially get a smart bounce off if he gets the right angle. Could be also waiting for that long straight where the glider ramp is. Probably going to come down to what he pulls here with this. Another set of triple shrooms is very, very good.
If you're HTF right now, you either need shock or you need basically a good blue. And by a good blue, I mean it needs to hit both of them. And since they're spread out here, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Looks like Milo's getting redded as well, so that's
going
to be a great race for AfterDark.
And
Horn could do some damage, however. Looks like AfterDark was holding blue.
Looks like a top 2, 4, 5 if they were both able to avoid that horn. I don't think they were, but it still looks like a top 2, 5 for AfterDark. Oh, look here as the rest
though,
across the line. It's a top 2, 5, 7, 9, 12, and
looks like a plus probably 10 or so. Again, these small races, but they're counting.
Yeah, for sure. They are absolutely counting, as AfterDark have now tied their biggest lead of the match. They are back up to plus 22. So it's almost as if races 6 through 9 did not even happen.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you need if you're AfterDark. You need a little bit of space to yourself, not need to stress about anything. Have them stress about what's happening next. And second French track of the war, Bone Dry Dunes. And RMP, a huge runner, specifically for Tyler, since I think he is first. Definitely his best runner, I believe. And I think we're getting it, unless it gets the Bone Dry in the middle. Okay, yep. And now if you're HTF, you need to go all out here. You need to spam those items that you get from these sets, and you just need to hope and pray that they hit. And if they don't, you need shock instantly. And AfterDark just need to keep these tops, and they are rolling. If they get a big race here, they seal the war up for them, and they don't have to stress race 12. Shroom for Milo, so not something he can hit out AfterDark with. However, a lot of HGF did draft up, and now we're going to see Shroom cut from Milo. Top 2 still for AfterDark. Seba might be in third.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a big red.
Yeah. And then directly on Milo, as Tyler, nowhere to be seen at the moment. Okay, still around.
Second.
Yeah, still around here.
Oh, the triple greens, avoiding all of them. That's huge for them.
The 3 of them all able to avoid those triple greens is very, very big, as they are sitting in what I believe to be top 4. I do think that an HGF member made their way into 4th, but...
Yeah, it looks like the Gold Mario's up there. But he did just get hit out by something. And now there's a blue in play. If Astro has something to dodge blue, he doesn't have to slow down for Seba. Oh, and he slows down a little too late. Oh,
yeah,
man,
unfortunate there, but even still, it's not like AfterDark needs a huge race here. They just need a solid win to kind of put things out of it
Oh,
really.
that's a
Yeah,
huge
that
shock
shock though is
for
huge.
HTF.
That's
Dodging in third is
absolutely
Milo. He's going to be
yeah,
able to red out Hato here as well on the drum. And now it's almost like they completely switched it around just in the blink of an eye.
yeah.
Eh, Oh, but he doesn't get
Halo
planted.
though, something to say about it
Where
as
Okay, it looks like they're gone now. Are they in the ghost, maybe? Okay, I guess they dodged with the plan or something. But now 2-3-4 for HTF. Not looking that bad for them. 2-3-4-5. And if they get double reds here from either people here, they could easily red out first.
yep. I
And
see one red. Unfortunately, Happer a
yeah,
bit too far behind to do anything with it. Bro, we know that could be an HTF member in first, and we were just seeing things wrong. But
yeah, that could be the case. But
I don't think it is.
oh, the blue is out.
AD has made their way back up to the front here, and
Oh, Seba
an
getting him
HTF
on the
member gets
line.
hit at the line. It was Zal in
Zal was
first.
first. Okay. 1-4 at least.
And
1-3-4.
I
6.
think that'll do it.
Oh, that is
What was
not
that?
what you want to see if you're HTF. I believe that's
1,
a
3, 6, 7, 8, 10.
14 plus 16.
And that's
I think
damn close to doing it.
HTF I think are still in it, but it's very
Yeah.
they'd have to get a huge race out of this.
Yeah, that will bring the lead to 32 for AfterDark. So HTF, this is mathematically possible. If you want to put this away, then you can, but you're going to need an absolute miracle of a race here. So they think their
Now,
their miracle is on Ninja Hideaway.
yeah, I don't know if
And
I agree with this
yeah.
track pick.
I
There's a
don't-
lot of
At the same
crazy
time,
races
though,
at the end.
at the same time, though, I don't think I agree with Sunshine Airport. Though I think if I were AfterDark, I would want to go for a safe track, like something that there can't be one thing that dramatically flips your race. And
Yeah, I think
Sunshine Airport having two gliders back to back is absolutely a place where a lot of chaos can happen, and it will end up going to Ninja Hideaway. So whether or not that would have mattered for AD, we will not know. But they think they think they can make a miracle here, and I will say I want to believe it. I love this track, so
yeah, I think this might be a little bit of a blessing in disguise for AfterDark. I haven't really seen like huge races on this track personally, and I've seen lots of big races on Sunshine Airport. So if you're AfterDark, this is not really that bad for you if you're thinking about it. Now there is a lot of AD already back here. We do see Tyler, Hato, and Seba all back here, and even though HTF are holding down bottom two, they can easily catch up, especially since it's their track pick. They know what's going on here. So. Oh, Seba already pulling a ghost. That's pretty huge for them. If there's ever a shock in play, he will probably be able to dodge because ghosts are so hard to spot, especially in this game. But he does get redded, and he's not able to get the ghost out either. Oh, that's pretty huge if you're HTF. And now it looks like the Metal Mario just redded. Okay, not quite, but there is a blue out. So the Gold Mario is second, meaning that's probably HTF going to be in first. And they have lots of tops, it looks like. So as long as they keep breaking away here, they are on a good track to win this. Oh, and Seba missing the trick to get up, but he still gets a double, which is pretty nice, pretty lucky on his part. We see Milo in fourth.
yeah.
Might be even a top 4 for them.
Yeah, we do know that they're at least in first. Another 80 member there, but Milo will probably be quick to either back or trail here.
The Gold Mario failed the
Knocked
NISC.
him for the cut, and is going to get it.
That's so big.
Unfortunately, unfortunately for HTF, though, Astro passing him, and at this point...
Oh, nothing to hit out Astro, and Bill
yeah, nothing to hit out Tyler
AD.
as well. God knows what Tyler is hiding behind that bill. Could be a massive item very easily.
He needs, like, boomerang or fire or something. Oh, there's the boomerang!
The boomerang.
Oh, he gets one!
Gets
if they hit out Tyler here, they win?
No,
looks like
Tyler will be getting second, and I think that
1, 3,
Tyler
4,
getting second there is definitely enough.
At best for HTF, and I don't think that's enough. Yeah,
No,
top 2
that
for
would be
AD
a
is
top
going to
2,
seal it.
so a top 2, 6, I believe 8, 9, 10 there.
Yeah, and that's a win for AfterDark there. Congrats to them for winning this huge battle between
a huge race.
HTF.
Yeah, a huge battle, and All
So
the chat going at each other once again as After Dark able to close it out, and for now are looking like the team to be in Division 5 as a very close war. Plus 42 does not tell the full story of this war. Absolutely not. For
yeah, I
being
mean,
within for being within 10 points for most of the entire war. It wasn't until the last GP that 80 got some momentum going, and as soon as one team got the momentum, it was over. I mean,
and that's gonna do
incredible
it.
war as a spectator for both those teams. Whether or not you're an After Dark fan or an HGF fan, absolutely a great war to watch, and was very fun to cast with you, Gyrodos.
Yeah, and it was a blast casting with you. It was a very fun match to watch, and that's gonna do it for us, guys. We're gonna be rating the Mario Kart Tour World Cup match between
Spain and Mexico.
Spain and Mexico. So
Yeah,
we're gonna send you guys over to there, and
yeah, we're gonna see you over there, and this could be huge. What you guys are about to watch, if you do choose to watch it, I know Tor not as popular a game as 8 Deluxe, but what could be happening here could be huge. Mexico could potentially be on the verge of being eliminated in groups, and if that does happen, that would be the first time we'd see such an upset in the history of Tor. So I know a lot of sleep in chat, but definitely something to be excited about if you are an avid viewer of that game. So we're going to be sending you guys over to T's channel, and I hope you all enjoy watching that.
that's gonna do it for us. We'll see you guys later.